Susan Patron was born in San Gabriel, California in 1948. Susan was a shy child and often found it hard to talk because she couldn't find the right words to express what she was feeling or thinking. Susan was the middle child of 3 girls. Her nightly chore was to give her younger sister a bath. To pass the time, Susan would sit on the lid of the toilet and invent stories. This ritual would be in one of her books called Maybe Yes, Maybe No, Maybe Maybe. Susan remembers the moment she wanted to become a writer. It was in the 4th grade when her teacher was reading Charlotte's Web. When Charlotte died, it was a very personal and private moment for Susan. She didn't want anyone to see her face, so she placed her head on her arms and would peek out at the side. At that moment, she knew she wanted to be able to write so powerfully that people would stop everything and are quiet because the story is filling them up inside. During her teen years, in which she attended Hollywood High School, Susan went through an intense poetry writing period. Her dream was to live in Paris and write novels. After high school, she attended Pritzker College, where she received a bachelor's degree in English literature. Susan then went to Immaculate Heart College, where she received her Master's of Library and Information Science. In 1972, Susan was hired as the children's librarian at the Los Angeles Public Library. During the first years as a librarian, she met and married a French rare book restorer named René. Together, they have discovered the beautiful eastern Sierra region of California, the setting for 2 of her books about Lucky. And her town of Hardpan. The Higher Power of Lucky is the 2007 Newbery Award winner, in which 10-year-old Lucky is in search of her higher power. Lucky knows about the uncertainty of life because she lost her mother in a sudden accident 2 years ago, and her guardian, Bridget, is homesick for France. Hardpan, California, population 43, is a unique and sometimes harsh place, but Lucky loves life at the edge of the desert with people that she knows and loves. Lucky wants to be a scientist and has so many questions in the crevices of her brain. Her motto is to stay alert and to carry a survival kit at all times because things happen when you least expect them. Lucky Breaks, published in 2009, is the sequel to The Higher Power of Lucky. Lucky settles in with Bridget, her foster mother, and enjoys her home and friends. She discovers the fun of a best friend who has come to Bridget's Hardpan Cafe. From the moment she meets Paloma, whose parents are overly concerned for her safety in the desert, it is almost inevitable that Lucky will think of an escapade that will bring them into real danger. Maybe Yes, Maybe No, Maybe Maybe is a short story about a hard-working single mother who decides to move her family. PK's older sister may be gifted, but this imaginative 9-year-old has some extraordinary talents of her own. The storytelling abilities come in handy as the family moves to a new apartment, and her artistic touches make the place her own. Dark Cloud, Strong Breeze is a rhyming story told by a little girl whose hapless father has locked his keys in the car. As he struggles with a wire hanger and the sky threatens to storm, she comes up with a singing in the rain plan of action. With the help of a friendly German shepherd, a grocer, a white cat, a butterfly, and a locksmith, the car gets unlocked, and they drive home. Fortunately, the girl has her house key because her father has lost his. Burgoo's stew is a variation on the stone soup tale. A crowd of 5 rowdy bad boys search out old Billy Q on the edge of town, hollering, "You give us something to eat." Not all are intimidated by this band of boys. The quick-thinking, slow-talking fellow announces he will make his famous stew. Billy Q throws into the pot a secret ingredient and instructs each boy to run home and ask for an onion, a turnip, a carrot, a potato, or a hunk of meat. After filling up on stew and asking politely for seconds, the 5 boys are still cranky, mad, and dirty, but they were never, ever quite so bad or quite so hungry again. Burgoo Stew was also published in Braille in the anthology Expectations by the Braille Institute. 5 Bad Boys, Billy Q and the Dust Dobbin is a story about a talking dust dobbin that gets his feelings hurt when ornery Billy Q carelessly steps on him. Eager to teach Billy a lesson about respecting small folk, the dust dobbin shrinks Billy to the size of a teaspoon and threatens to leave him that way unless he meets a challenge. With the help of the 5 bad boys, Billy regains his true and natural size with a whole new outlook. In the book Bobbin, Dust Bobbin, the characters from Burgoo Stew return in another adventure. This time, Papa Hob, the creature who lives in the dust under Billy Q's bed, introduces Bobbin, his talented but shy daughter. Bobbin's fear of the broom on Billy Q's porch keeps her from wandering too far from the safe haven of the bedroom. But it's Billy Q's birthday, and the 5 bad boys from the neighborhood show up looking for cake and ice cream. In return for their treats, the bad boys offer to do Billy Q's chores, including sweeping, forcing Bobbin to take drastic measures. Since Susan has worked as a specialist in children's literature for nearly 35 years, this has allowed her to serve on some book award committees, including the Caldecott, the Laura Ingalls Wilder Committee of the American Library Association, Patricia Betty Committee of the California Library Association, and PEN Literary Awards Committee. The Higher Power of Lucky, Susan Patron's 2007 Newbery Award-winning book, has been translated into Hebrew, French, Spanish, Japanese, Thai, Chinese, Arabic, Turkish, and Indonesian. Other awards were the Junior Library Guild, the American Library Association, and the Focal, which is an award for a book that enhances a child's understanding of California.